Today we are doing a very exciting video, and I have been wanting to do this for a while now. Just trying to get everything together, pick the right look, and all that good jazz. So today I wanted to do an inspired makeup look from one of my most beloved fellow YouTubers. The one that actually, she is the biggest inspiration for me, even starting my channel. It is RawBeautyKristy. She done this beautiful cool tone smoky eye with a dark lip. And I think it was a couple of years ago when she done this look. I figured, you know what? I don't do a lot of cool tone looks. I'm more of a warm tone gal. So I wanted to shoot for that look. And I wanted it to be a spotlight look because she is just an icon at the spotlight. She is the one that taught me how to do the spotlight. So that is what we are doing today. And if you want to find out how to get this look and who RawBeautyKristy is, just keep watching. Everybody's well. For those of you that are new, my name is Mandy and welcome to the video. Alright guys, so you've seen the title and I would hope you just listen to my intro. So I wanted to do a inspired look by RawBeautyKristy. Now Kristy has been an inspiration of mine for years. She was one of the biggest inspirations for me even doing anything with my channel. She is one of the main ones on YouTube that taught me how to do makeup. Now, I'm sure y'all have heard, if y'all have been with me a while, you've heard the story of how it took me 4 years to actually learn the process of professional makeup. You know, I used to throw foundation on and powder and brown eyeshadow, mascara, liner, and go. And that was it. That was my look. And it took me 4 years to learn how to do it professionally. And Kristy was one of those main people that taught me, and I just loved watching her channel. I was so infatuated with watching her because she is always so honest with her reviews. If the products are shit, she's going to say, hey, look, this is butt shit. This is total butt shit. She don't care if she loses sponsorships. She don't care if she gets kicked off of PR lists. And she's just my kind of gal. You know, I feel like my personality and her personality are not exactly alike, but I do feel like we are in the same arena, if you know what I mean. And she's just one of my biggest inspirations, and she is such a beautiful person inside and out. She's also very talented, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, I will link her channel below, so make sure you go check her out. I have a feeling you will fall in love with her also. So the look that I picked that Kristy did is actually this look. Now this is a cool tone smoked out spotlight eye look with a dark lip. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And again, you know, I always stay in my circle of warm tones. So to do a cool toned look, I was like, but you know what? You gotta step out of your comfort zone every once in a while. That way you could get a feel of all different areas and, you know, what are you comfortable with? So that is what we've done. So guys, instead of me burning your ears off, let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So I've already done my foundation. I've set my face. I've done blush, bronzer, and all that good stuff. Y'all have seen me contour, foundation, and all that 100,000 times. So I figured I would just dive in to this cool tone smoky eye that she done. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. She is just such a beautiful person, and I wanted to pick something different, kind of out of my zone. So we're just going to go ahead and dive in. Now, of course, I'm not going to be using the same exact products as her. So I did kind of have to pick out other products that were, or I thought were almost identical to the one she used. So we are going to see how close we could get to Kristy's look. using different makeup. And let me just say, it is a whopping 98 degrees in this room, I believe. I have already primed and set my eyes, so I'm ready to go. We're just going to start with the eye look, finish with the lip look, and let's get it going. Okay, so she done this cool tone smoky eye, and I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. So what I am going to do is I'm going to find... Not really. I want to mix a cool tone and a warm tone for the transition shade, but it is going to be a transition shade you can't really see. It just helps the colors blend in a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Ultra Eye Contour Palette. Now, this is the dupe to the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I do believe. I believe. It's one of those. If I'm wrong, I'll put it somewhere around here. I think I'm going to dip into this shade and also just a little bit of this shade. And that's going to be our transition. Guys, if I haven't already said it enough how much I love this girl. She has just got the best genuine personality. And you could tell in her videos that she is being completely honest. When she feels like shit, she says, hey, look, I feel like shit. If she didn't feel like doing a video that day, that's exactly what you're going to get. So it's sort of like what you see is what you get with her. And I just absolutely adore her for that. Because there are so many people on YouTube that is trying to be somebody else, or they're not really being genuine or themselves. And they really fall in with the pressure of not giving brands a bad name, not shouting out bad products. So I kind of commend her for that, because she is completely honest with every single thing that she uses. I mean, if it is a crap product, she's going to say, hey, look, this is absolute butt shit. And that is her words, not mine. But I do use those words on a lot of products that I have used. So we just went in with this, and as you can see, you can hardly see the shade because it is just a transition shade. And she does the most beautiful spotlight looks. The girl is so talented. I mean, I just don't see how she doesn't have like twice as many subscribers as she does right now. But, I mean, I know it's all into growing. Now, she did get to do the NYX Face Awards, and I believe she done that she done it a couple of years, or maybe it was 3 years. But she is just so talented. I just don't see how she is not further up in the ranks. Alright guys, so next what we're going to do is I need to cool that crease just a little bit deeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Tarte Lip Palette, and I am going to use the shade Power Player. It is a deep dark taupe color, but it just gives you that smoky effect. So I'm going to go into my crease with that. And now once the colors get a lot deeper, we're going to start focusing them on the outside, on the outer V, because that is exactly what she's done with her look. In her spotlights, the color is from the inside to the out. They do not run in the middle. So I'm going to try my best to get it as close as I can. So we are going to run this just right here, and I'm going to run some along the crease just to deepen the crease. I mean, this girl is so talented. She has got some of the best eye looks that I've ever seen. Really. Okay, so now I got the crease shade in. Now I'm going to start focusing the darker shades on the inner part of my eye and also on the outer V. And the next shade I'm going to go in with, we'll go in with one that is a little bit deeper, darker, taupey like that. And that would be the Tarte Play, whatever, Face Shaping Palette. And I'm going to go in with the shade, I think I'm just going to go straight in with Smoke. Now that is a very dark taupe. It's more like a really dark gray, almost touching black, but not quite. And that's what's going to give it that beautiful smoked out look. Again, we are just going to focus this on the outer V and also on the inner corner. And if you can see, I mean, that just looks like smoke. And now she does run her colors a little bit out. So we too will run ours out. So once you have a little bit less product, once you have placed your product, most of it where you want it, and you got most of the product off of the brush, that's when we are kind of going to just smoke it out. Don't worry about how it looks like right now, because it is going to look like a mess and you're going to think you're doing an awful job, but you are not. That can always be cleaned up. Now we're going to run some of this on the inner corner. And again, I always have so much trouble because of this birthmark on my eye, because this eye is shaped like totally different from my other eye. So I do have a lot of trouble with that, but I've learned a few tricks over the years. Let me know if y'all want to see a video on that. I think that would be very interesting. I mean, I know it's not like there's a lot of people out there that's got a birthmark like on their eye, but I think it would be kind of cool, kind of fun to do for people that do have dark birthmarks anywhere on their face or anywhere that they just want to cover. Okay, now I'm going to run this, kind of try to run it all over my lid. Because next we're going to go in with a deeper, darker black. Well, I don't really want to go in with a black because that's a very smoked out look. But you know what? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I love the shade black and the shade Fashionista in this Tarte lip palette. But if you could tell, it has had an accident. So I think I'm going to use the Onyx. It's called Onyx in the Tarte Face Shaping Clay palette. I don't know why I always forget what that palette's called. And we are going to take a smaller brush, if I can find one. Okay, and for some reason, I didn't bring one of my smaller brushes, so I'm just going to go in with one of my, this is the RawBeauty brush. I will just go in with that, and we're going to be placing the black, not necessarily, we're not going to go all the way up to the crease, but we are going to focus it on the outer V right here, just on the lid. I believe I've been sitting like where y'all couldn't see it this whole time. And again, do not worry about what it looks like right now, because we are just going to clean that up later. I don't know why I didn't do the eye look first before I actually went in and done my foundation and everything. But you know what? I'm lazy, so I just wanted to do things the easy way. So this big old brush, it'd be so much easier if I would have brought my one of the smaller brushes in here, but we are doing it anyways. And I think Tarte makes some of the most beautiful black shades. I mean, they are just so pigmented. Incredible formulas. And again, all we're doing with this black is we're placing it, and then I'm going to go in with another brush just to kind of buff it out and smoke it out. I got like a Godzilla size brush for this when I need a mini-me size kind of brush, if you know, if that makes any sense. So we're just going to kind of blur these lines. That needs to be pulled up just a bit. So now we're just kind of blending the lines right here, because we are going to go in with the concealer in the middle of the spotlight for the spotlight look, in the middle of the lid, I mean. Now I'm going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to kind of smoke it out. That black just smokes out so beautifully. It is just an amazing formula. I just don't know how they do it. One of these days, I'm going to have a palette. And I'm going to have the best formula ever. Ever. Watch out, Jeffrey. Okay, now that we got that done, I am going to go in with the concealer. Now, I'm going to use my Tarte shade. No, I'm not. I lied to y'all. I'm so sorry. I am going to go in with my Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer. Now, mine is in shade light or fair, I believe. Might be fair. It's ultra light, so I lied again. I'm just a big old whopping liar today, ain't I? What I do is I put a little bit of this on my hand, and then I'll go in with a flat brush. Now, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, I tend to go toward the ones that have the rounded tips like this, just because they tend to make, when you are cutting out a crease, it makes it like 80% so much easier. And I try to cut that just as much as I can. Now, for people with hooded eyes, and this is a trick that I have learned from Kristy, if you will just open up your lid just like you normally would, because when your eyes are relaxed and open, that's where you want people to see that you have done all this work, so you want them to see where your crease is. So what you do is you'll open up your eye, usually about where it usually would be open, and then just take some of it and dab just a dot of it right above the crease. Now what I will do is I want that kind of rounded out. So then you pull it down. So then you just kind of pull it down where you did put the top of your mark. And I need to round mine out a little bit more. I don't know what my deal is. If you are using a concealer like this dries extra, like really fast. And once you get that down, of course, like I said, you just pull your concealer down as so. Then what I like to do is I like to just go in with my finger and just kind of blend along the edges right here. Just blend those out. Now what we are going to do is I have got this shade and it looks almost like a perfect match. Probably not, but still. This is Luna by Luna eyeshadow in the shade Celine. Now this is a cool toned highlighter shade. Very beautiful shade. So that is what I am going to go into the spotlight with. And most likely, and I don't think I brought any setting spray or anything, so I'm probably just going to go in with my finger just to get it to a more intense look. For some reason, I don't know why, but that looks kind of like not really a cool tone at all. I don't know if I'm looking at it wrong or what. We just kind of pat that out. Oh no, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's the lighting in here. It makes it look like that. Now what we are going to do is I'm going to go back in with a brush, any kind of brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that black, or actually I'm going to take the color Smoke that I used for the crease, and I'm going to kind of dab it right over top of those lines just to make it look a little bit more blended. And no, we're going to go back in with black and do it because it's just not doing the job. We'll deepen out that outer V, and we will also just dab some right where the dark meets the spotlight shade right there. And we will do the same on the inner corner. Kind of gives it that more blended look. And I will be right back after I do the other eye. If you did do a goof like me and you didn't use tape, or you done your foundation before your eyes, you know you're not supposed to do that when you're using black. At least I do it all the time anyway, so it don't matter. So if you do lose any of your foundation while you're cleaning up your lines, then all you got to do is pack on a little bit of concealer right there and go back over it with your bronzer. You're good to go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to go in with a cool tone. Hers looks kind of not really, hers looks just beautiful, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this LA Colors Strobing Illuminating Powder in the shade Gleaming Goddess. Now, again, I showed y'all this in my favorite highlighters. This is one of my favorite shades to go just on my high points with. So I'm going to go in with this, and I am going to highlight that brow bone. And you don't really want to use too much, so let's use a very light hand with this. And then, of course, I blend again. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that lower lash line. Now, hers is pretty smoked out, and that's what we're going to do. So first, I usually just go in and tightline first, and that's exactly what I want to do here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a black eyeliner. I need sharpen, and I have no sharpener in here, but we're still going in with it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my lower lash line. That hurts. Make sure your pencils are sharpened, people. And I want to focus most of it on the outer part of my, I want to tight line with it. I want to end the waterline, and I also want it to go a little bit out to the edges, if you know what I mean. Because I'm going to go in with the black, and I'll show you how I do this. Is I take a flat brush, kind of like this. I don't know if you can see it. And I will take that black shade right there, and I will just kind of stamp this along the bottom lash line. And I'm just going to stamp it on the outer part of this, the outer part of the eye. So I'm just kind of stamping it on there, because what we are going to do is I'm going to go in with a different brush. Whatever kind of brush you use on your lower lash line, that is what you use. So now I am going to go in, I guess Smoke is going to be my best bet. And of course tap that off, because that is a very strong color. And what it is going to do, it's going to blend out that black, but it is also going to bring a bit of gray, a smokiness to the lower lash line. And she did bring hers down quite a bit, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And you just blend it out. Okay, now it does look like she's got a little bit of inner corner highlight. I'm going to go back in with the Gleaming Goddess from LA Colors. And it just looks like she has just dotted it on there. It's not really blowed out on the inner corner. So that is what we're going to do. So it just kind of looks like she dipped it right there and left it. That's it. Done. Which we are going to blend it out, because I know she did blend it out. But usually I will just go ham with that thing. I'm going to wipe off the excess off of my brush and just kind of keep stamping it until it's like blended. And there's our inner corner highlights. And I'm going to go in with my blending brush yet one more time. And it does look like she has got just a little bit of liner on. Now, she didn't really do a winged liner, it don't look like. So I'm going to take a liquid eyeliner, liquid, and I'm just going to go through the top of my eyeliner. And now I do not have no lash glue, so I could not do the lashes. I've got a mascara that's going to look like we got fake ones on. And of course, just like the rest of the stuff I didn't bring in here, I did not bring my liquid liner. So I am just going to go in with the Pretty Vulgar. Now this is the Ink Blacklist Gel Eyeliner, and I'm just going to stamp it on the top. And I'm going to use one of these eyeliner brushes, angle brushes. I don't know what they're called, but this is a very, very, very pigmented, strong black liner, and I do love it, but it does take me a little bit of work to work with it. So we are just stamping this on top of our line. Now that we are done with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl No, I'm not. I'm going to go back in with a black liner, and I'm going to go all through my waterline. Painfully, very painfully. Because for some reason, I've only got one black liner in here for some reason and no sharpener. And it is so dull. It's going to have to go dark gray or something because I can't. So this is the Essence Gel Eye Pencil. It's waterproof and it is in shade Gunmetal. I don't know why, but it is a very dark gray, so that is what we're going to go in with. And I think this would be a better color anyways, because again, this is a smoky eye, and usually silvers and grays just tend to smoke out better, and of course a black is going to smoke out. So all we are doing right now is just tight lining. Okay, now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and then throw on some mascara. The mascara I chose to use is the Marc Jacobs. This is the Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara, and of course Noir, which is in shade black or very black or extreme black or long lasting black or whatever. It's black. And I love this mascara. This is one of my favorite ones. If I'm going out somewhere special, which is never, but anyways, this is the one I would prefer to use. And if I don't have time to put on falsies or whatever, just make sure you are wiping the excess off because it can clump, trust me. But this is one of my favorite mascaras. And if you can see right there, it's already clumping. So we are going to fix that. And I think I'm just going to go onto my lower lash line with something else because this is just not a good mascara for that lower lash line. But it is a very beautiful mascara. It gives you volume, it gives you length, it curls, it does it all. It just basically is putting on falsies for you. So what I usually do is when it does clump is I'll go and I'll take one of these eyebrow brushes, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. It's got a comb and a brush on one end, and I usually run the comb through it just to kind of get out those clumps. And voila. Now we'll go in with a different one on our lower lash line. Just found my liquid eyeliner. I am going to take the Lancome Hypnose Drama. This is a very beautiful mascara too. I could have used this on the top lash too, but I wanted the blackest one I had. So this is going to go on our lower lash line, and I hope it works. I don't ever recall using it on my lower lash line, but we're doing it. We're already committed. We're already in. So yeah, it's kind of spidery, but I've already committed. So takesy backsies. We are already in. Oh, wow, look at that. That is extra smoked out. All right, guys, now that we are done with that, I'm going to go in with that strong lip that she's got. And do you see the color of her lips? Beautiful. I don't think I'd ever wear it out anywhere, but we're going for it. And what I've picked out for that, now I do always line my lips. It is just something that I always do. So I do go in with a liner first. But the one that I have picked out is I got in my Deca Scarlet subscription. Prescription, like it's medication. Well, it is my medication, really. This is One Stroke Graphic Lip Crayon in shade Mia. Now, this comes with Babs Beauty's palette, I do believe. And it is a very dark plum, and it's almost an exact match of what she has on. Now, if you look at this, this is like dark to the max, but, you know, we're going in, we're committed, and it also looks like she has some kind of a metallic gloss or something on top of it. So, to top it off, I have got one of my metallic, this is LA Colors Metal to the Max Metallic Lip Gloss. Now, this is a taupe shade, and it comes out like a very silvery color, and that's exactly what it looks like she's got on. This is in shade Lumi, and I think it is very beautiful. Metallic to the Max is is true. So this is the same lip liner I use for just about oh my God, it's broke. I use this for just about everything. It's a LA Colors automatic lip liner, and it's in burgundy, and it's like one of the darkest lip liners I got. That's why I'm going in with it. What am I doing, people? What am I doing? What was y'all about to let me do? I didn't even highlight before my mascara or my liner. Rewind. Okay, now what we're going to do is I am going to highlight with an eyeshadow. This is the Artiste Absolute New York eyeshadow in the shade Skinny Dip. I think this is a beautiful highlighter. I've used it so many times. It is gorgeous. I about forgot to do it too. I can't believe I was about to forget to highlight. Really? So I'm going to highlight with this, and she does have a strong highlighter on in this lip, which Kristy is like me. We do love our highlighters. So she always goes above the brows like I do, and she actually goes all over her forehead, but I can't pull that off, people. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. And I get the tip of my nose and then my Cupid's bow. And I usually go on with my finger and put a little down the center of my nose. And if I want it really strong on my lips, I'll take my finger and go over that one more time. And then it is time to blend it out. I usually take my blush and go back in with my blush at least one more time after I highlight. But I didn't bring my blush in here, so it don't really matter. I think it's beautiful, though. I think it's makes a beautiful highlight. Now we could go in with our lip. So, again, I'm lining the lips. I hope this don't break because that looks kind of weak. I didn't even see this, and I just done this yesterday. A trick to make your lips look younger for some reason, younger people, their Cupid's bow is not as defined as older people's, and I don't know why. So here lately, I've been kind of just closing that in. And then I always contour the lips to make them look fuller. And I darken the corners. Okay, now, people, we're about to go in with a strong lip color. Here we go. That is very shiny. I thought that was supposed to be matte. I have used this a lot, but just to darken out the corners, I've never wore it like alone by itself. So what we are going to do is I'm going to see if that'll dry down just a little bit and matte up. I'm not sure if it will. Looks like really shiny, but again, hers is very shiny. But it's because she's got a metallic on the center of her pout. So let's see if that'll dry up a little bit. And of course, no, it's not. It's not drying up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit it with this metallic gloss anyways. Now we're going to do this. Now it's not, look how bad that's running. I got a lip liner on. Now when she does the middle of her pout, she goes kind of far out. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, like that. Then I don't know why I didn't wipe that out before I put it in because it's such a dark shade. Now we're going to kind of blend it out. And that is the look, guys. That is it, guys. And this is the finished look. How did I do? Tell me down in the comments section. I think it turned out very beautiful. And again, I am more of a warm tone girl, so I love my smoky colors. Like once in a gray moon is when I will do the cool tone look, and I think it just brings me out of my comfort zone. So I did want to follow some of her looks, and just if you haven't seen her, I'm going to link her down below. Go check her out. You will fall in love with her just as well as I did. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the look. So don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and become part of the Glow Tart family. We would love to have you. And I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you next video. Bye, guys.